Kind of like this. Let's see. Hello. Hello. Hi. I'm in chapter 1. Mukuruwe. I feel like that's the correct pronunciation. Mukuruwe. Wagathanga. Makuyu. I feel like if you pronounce this word, like you localize them or you, whatever, you verbalize them, then they stay longer after you're done reading. Hi, Ken. Hi, Ken. Hello. In the book I'm reading. Hello. Hi. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I really appreciate you. So, Murungu, is he their god or was he their god? Why is he giving them the land? What right does Murungu have to give these people land and to tell them what to do with it? So that means Murungu was their god. Religion belongs to who tells the story. Or what should I say? God. God belongs to who tells the story. God belongs to who tells the story. So you can see the book. I'm in Nigeria. I live in Nigeria. I'm from Nigeria. Where are you from? Mugo wa Kibiru. Mugo wa Kibiru. Thank you. Kamiru being a male witch. You never heard of that? A male witch. This is not a place for religion. So I don't talk about religion on my channel. Sorry. Also, I'm kind of reading here too. So Ukabi Masai. Ukabi Masai. The river between by Unguki wa Biondu. I hate how you had to kill a lion, like, or you had to kill a lion. I just started it. I wouldn't know what it's about. It's the sense of it is kind of like pre or colonial era Kenya, specifically the country of Kikuyu that the author is from. So I don't know. It's about people, African people, like Kenyan people before the white man came. I don't like how you have to kill a lion. Then, like anytime we hear stories of our ancestors and especially men, it's about like, oh, you have to kill a lion or somebody killed a lion to prove their masculinity. And it's like, what did this lion ever do, man? It's fictional, so it's not like exactly based on African history, but it takes from it. It takes from some of what Kikuyu people or Kenyan people experienced in their land before or when the white colonial entities were on their land. Yeah, like especially all of their customs and traditions, coming from their African, from their spirituality. You understand? 200, 200, 200. How many times you come here before I told you it's 200? Selfish. Eh, sorry, this is a shop that I run, so I'm going to be attending to customers in between. I hope nobody has a problem with that. So, customs and traditions stemming from their spirituality, yeah. From what I'm seeing so far, just like one page in, they always tell the story like this. The other book I read of his, Weep Not Child, it told the same story of their creator, how their creator came onto earth and then bestowed the land upon them. You get why would I? Why would you think? Kagutuika. I don't know how to speak their language, but I like that the language is very much interspersed in the writing. So, like this proverb here that is recite, the oil skin of the house is not for rubbing into the skin of strangers. Well, it was before the white man came onto their land, so there was no such thing as Western God, Western Christianity, Western religion, nonsense, and all of that. So they practiced the religion that was indigenous to them, their spirituality. No, it's not paganism. It's not paganism. They have their own gods and their own religion, their own spirit. It's not even religion. It was a spirituality. So it was a lifestyle. It wasn't something to. It wasn't anything I think about religion, and it came natural to them as well because it is literally what they were born. Like it literally very material to them. You know, because they're Africans. So of course their God is in the land and their God is the land. You get, it's not somebody that came over and told them this is the God you should follow, that kind of thing. It's their own. It was authentic, it is indigenous, and it was not religion. Yeah, it's Kenya and Kenyan history, Kenyan fictional history. The author is from Kenya now, and the author lived in colonial era. I think he recently passed away in 2025. So the man lived through colonial era Kenya. So he knows, like, he wrote from his experiences and the things that he saw, you know, transformed it into fiction though. So, but still Kenya. So now I'm chapter 2. I really like the way he formats his work. The font is so nostalgic. It's like those books they asked us to read when we were in primary school and secondary school. Yeah, he was an old man though. Very old. I think is it 2025 or 20, yeah, 2025 or 2024. He was an old man. He lived a long life. He really fought for. But from what I read on his Wikipedia, yeah, he lived long. From what I read on Wikipedia, yeah, he really he was a strong believer in Africans maintaining their languages. Like it was such that like Kenyans did not need to translate themselves into English. You get that there should be a syllabus in Kenyan and children should be taught in their languages, even if it's specific to their tribe. You get, or their dialect, they should be taught in those languages and they should not be translated into like he was of the position where, like, if you keep on teaching children in English, yeah, like African children in English, they would lose who they are as a person, even if they are still in the land. Like their minds will be colonized in a way because of the language. You get, and I really loved saying that. You get, although when I now went online, some people were really talking about how he was kind of lily livered, and he wasn't really I would say admirable in that sense. But like for the things he did, the contribution he made towards like African literature or literature in large, like because people read his books abroad, people study his works abroad and all of that. So it's not just African literature, it's literature for the whole world. Yeah, his contributions to literature, is very admirable to me. Yes, that's what it was, to be honest. And because after Kenya gained independence, there was still a lot of colonial bodies in the country, and so the plays he made, his first play, he was really like speaking against the white man's influence on their land, and how despite independence he didn't really feel like Kenyans were free of the white man's influence. So they now arrested him, like his own Kenyan president arrested him. This was a Kenyan, okay, an African, arrested him for that. And when he was arrested, I think he would have been executed, yeah, until like he was broken out of jail, and he was taken abroad like on amnesty. You get. So from there he never stopped speaking. And many years passed, and then he came back to Kenya in 2000s. But like when he came back to Kenya, and like I think according to the story like on Wikipedia, is that his home was attacked. I think his daughter or his wife was molested by bandits, that attacked their home, and so they had to run back, to Europe and all of that. And I felt so sad reading that. But despite that, I feel like he did his best to continue still speaking up, for his people and all of that. And I don't know, that kind of thing where you are a criminal, like you are deemed a terror to the independence movement, after your African country just got independence. It will literally take another president to kind of like lift the ban on you, that kind of stuff. Yeah. So I don't know. It was very sad. I think his life was pretty interesting, but actually very sad. But I've not really read any critics of his, like, like I've not read any critics of his where people like really critique his work. And maybe if I see those literature, I would um read it and find out why people don't like him, especially some Africans don't like him. Yeah, actually that's it. The thing about it is like if he was even a rebel, it would be better. It's like they felt he was like, yes, I think you can use the word rebel, teacher. Like they saw him as a, a threat to their independence. I don't know why. I know why, because one thing about like African leaders that were installed after the British left the continent is like the British people made sure to keep like puppets that they would be able to control after they left. You get, that would still keep on giving them tribute, that would still keep on playing into their demands and their desire to subjugate the entire continent. So Nigeria was part of that. And Nigeria is still suffering from that effect. But Kenya, I don't know, the recent policies on Kenya is kind of shaky, but back in his time, when he was like speaking, he tried to authority. That time when he was speaking a lot, he what happened, sef? He used his own what do you call it? I don't like calling it talent. Like he used his work of art, that's his writing. He wrote plays, he wrote books, he wrote articles, not articles, like he wrote non-fiction, all of that kind of pushing for a true a truly independent country, a truly independent Kenya, because he was there. Like, do you even know, like when he was in his teenage years, his brother, his mother, they were arrested because their eldest brother was suspected to be part of the freedom movement, that was fighting for independence. Do you get? So that period, the way they used to indirect rule now, like I think we study indirect rule in primary school and secondary school, yeah, in social studies, where the British people would put their own people, and then they'll be ruling with those people. So the people that were, being used to do the indirect rule, we're now going around rounding up, Kenyan dissidents, people that really didn't want the white man to be in their country anymore, and they're calling them threats, and most of them were killed, some of them were executed, some of them were like put in prison for life, and his own brother, on suspicions of that, they now arrested him, his brother, his mother, and tortured them in jail. And this the story he wrote, his first novel, Whip Not Child, that I read, yeah, it's chaotic and it's actually pretty sad. And his first novel in Whip Not Child, you kind of see a fictionalized version of himself, but he keeps saying that that is not him, that is not his own experience. He just wrote fiction. You get, but basically, it's like the skeleton of what happened to him. He made it into a fictional story in Whip Not Child. So, like the story, I think he's his own person, but like fictional. He was not a self-insert. He emphatically stated that it is not self-insert, yeah. But like the main character of that book, that was doing so well in the Catholic school that he was sent to, that he was praised for his smartness and everything, intelligence. You get, he was withdrawn from that school and was arrested and then tortured for several days. His own father too was in the book. The main character's father was also very much tortured in like to bring the son back. You get, to coerce their freedom fighter son to come back and be arrested and be executed, if not put in prison for life. Yeah, those tactics by the colonial government. Yeah, like it was. I cried in that book. Like I even made a live stream of that whole reading, yeah, and I read it. I was reading chapters almost every day, and then when I completed it, I could not help but cry because there's so many things that were touched on. Like there's also the obvious aspect of colonial history of Kenya. There's the obvious aspect of fighting for the freedom of your country, for the independence of your country. But there's also the aspect of masculinity, yeah, and how their father that had 3 boys or 4 boys, I think. They, if I remember correctly, that 3 sons or 4 sons, yeah, from 2 wives, yeah. Like, I don't know, it just felt like the undertones of. I cried and I was sad. Like, I cried on camera. It was so fucking funny. But I was also happy about my emotions because I don't know, that kind of thing where, like, if you live in Nigeria, a lot of people are so focused on surviving, and sometimes it's like, are you dead inside because you want to survive so hard? And are you dead inside because you're not on the streets, screaming and tearing, making protests like your country should be free, or Nigeria should be free from all of these machinations of America and all of that to get, like, sometimes it's like, oh, I'm just opening my shop and doing my business, and it's like, do I care about my country? Do I care about the future of my country, or do I just want to survive? You get, and then when I read books like that, it was just like, yeah, I actually care. I actually want my country to be free. I want my country to be independent for real, for real. I want my country to progress in its indigenousness as an African people, but like, it's very hard. Yeah, it's hard. Do you get? It's very hard. So it's like, should, like, when I was crying, I was just crying for the things I felt like I could be doing. Do you get? I feel like I could be doing more, but I don't know how I'm going to do more. And I'm also very scared for my life as well. You get? So it's like, I'm not any present danger right now. You get? But if you look at the whole situation of Nigeria, it's like everybody should be scared. You get, because different things are happening. The country is falling into chaos. There's so much ruthlessness. You get, nobody cares about their brother. There is no nationalist spirit. There's no national spirit. There's no patriotism, because we're all like, let's just try to survive. And then some people are just like, and the thing that is so bad about Nigeria's own situation is like, money is at the center of it all. You get, it's money, and something about money kind of, like, when you focus on money too much, it kind of dries out your spirituality, it dries out your humanity, and it makes you feel like some kind of puppet. You get, and it's like, I just want to be a human being, to get, in my own country. I don't want to, run away, and I don't want to hide, and I don't want to, not care about my people. just because I'm trying to survive. Do you understand? So like I just cried because it was just like tough. I feel for you, this character in this book, you get, like, I feel bad for you because at the end of the book here, this main character, he took his mother, like he wanted to go kill himself. Do you get? Because he was feeling so much and he was disillusioned, and all the dreams he had as a child that were not his though, but like were put upon him by his family, that oh, you are the savior of our family, you know, you and your intelligence is going to take us far. You get, like, we are going to live in a free Kenya as like full human beings here. But like all of that did not come to pass. Do you get? Yes, materialism is horrible. You get, so like the main character got to the point where it was like, okay, he's going to kill himself, and he prepared himself. He prepared to go to this tree that he really loved as a child, that he loved hanging out with his friend as a child, and he was going, but his mother was like, no, I'll follow you, I'll follow you, you know. And she they both took a lantern, and they were going through the dark forest, and he was prepared to go kill himself. And then he told her that she should wait. You get, that he's coming. You understand? And she was like, okay, I'll wait for you. And by then his mother was so old. So he went, and I don't know, I've forgotten what exactly it was that he thought, that he now realized that okay, like, I'll go back to get, I'll go back and I will take care of my mother, and I'll continue living the life that I'm living. You get, all his dreams of going to school were dashed. He could never go to school again because he was seen as a threat to the government. Yeah. So, but in that moment when he turned back and went to meet his aged mother waiting for him on the path, it was just so sad. Do you get? Because it's like, I'm happy that, I'm not happy, but like, I'm glad that at least you have a reason to live for. And I'm glad that despite how, your dreams were smashed, like, even where you are, you can just continue living. You can just keep going. Not going for the sake of, oh, I just want to be alive, but going for the sake of, is worth it. You get, like, we don't all come to this planet Earth just to do something. You get, we come sometimes just to be, but like the realities we come into are very different. So, if you come into a reality like a Nigerian reality, where like you have to survive as a child, but not just survive, you have to be the best. You have to make all your parent dreams come true. You have to be like a star boy or a star girl, basically. And like all of us cannot be star boys and star girls. you know Money wise, not all of us have the access to all of those opportunities, especially in Nigeria. You get, connections are everything. In a country where you go to school, it is tragic. It's so fucking tragic. I wasn't even expecting that kind of ending, like despite how I knew it was like independence and fighting for your freedom as a people, and all the realities of, oh, I think I'm a coward, I won't fight, or dying for your country in the sense of, I want my people to be free, so you are doing freedom fight and then they kill you, all of that. I was like, okay, I was prepared for all that, but I wasn't prepared for the sadness of somebody being, disillusioned. You get, like, the sadness of despair, of realizing that, oh, okay, I was really working on some kind of lie. You understand? I was working, I was carrying my whole life on a lie. You get? So it is very tragic. You get? So like your parents are like, there's no parents in this country that gives birth to a child that doesn't expect that child to be a star boy. But it's not about parents. It's like they have zero knowledge of how to raise a star boy or star girl. Most Nigerian parents, they don't know how to raise a star boy or star girl because Nigerian parents are very risk averse. They hate doing things that challenges their own identities and the world that they know. You understand? They live in an old world already, and they bring a new child, but the child has their own world, and they put that child inside their old world, and they force the child to conform to their beliefs, their systems, their ideas, and their dreams of the child's future. They don't ask the child what you want to be in all of that kind of thing. So they act like talent managers actually, but they have no business in the talent managing agency. So I feel like that's what Nigerian parents do. You get that kind of stuff. But like they also have this ugly refusal to see the reality of the country. Do you get? They don't want to see the Nigeria that does not work. The Nigeria that if you don't pay millions of naira, you won't get a government job. Or if you don't pay your lecturers, you won't get the grades that you deserve. Don't sleep with your lecturers, you won't get the grades that you rightfully deserve or work hard for. You get that kind of stuff. So like, I don't know, it's just very hard. That I like reading. You understand? Like there's a way reading kind of removes and also puts you, like you are removed from your situation, but you're also put into something that is kind of the same situation. I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah. Most times people say when they read, they can escape from their reality. I can't really escape from my reality when I read. What happens for me when I read is like I I am sandwiched. Like my reality becomes very present when I'm reading. Do you get? So, but the only thing that helps is like I'm seeing what somebody else would have done. Do you get? And I'm appreciating their decisions. I'm appreciating the mistakes. I'm appreciating the adventures, the excitement of it all. And then the book ends, I come out and I'm like, wow, you know, wow. Oh, you are? Wow, okay, that's cool. I am a book enthusiast as well. I have so many books. I plan to go book shopping very soon because the books I bought several months ago, I'm done. Like, I'm not like I finished. It's not like I when you buy like 10 books, you only read 5 or 6, and then you don't want to read the rest because they are not like exciting. So you want to pick big, like buy new books here, so that you can pick from, plenty, and you have so many like surprises here. I saved this book for last because I read all the other ones. I was like, I don't want to read my African title. I bought Bucci Emecheta Second Class Citizen, and I bought this one, and I bought two African American titles, like two African American authors books. Again, because I want to be increasing the number of black authors in my library, number of like African authors in my library. But like, what book have you read recently? What book did you read recently? Or are you planning to get new books? I buy books from my I buy books from a secondhand bookstore close to my area. Like I don't like walking there, but when I get it, I'm like, it was worth it. Um, I'm kind of very introverted in that sense. Like I don't like going out. So, but like the place the bookstore is there is not that far. So you can't just use keke to like hide from everybody when you are going out. You just have to walk, and I hate it so much. But when I go there and I start looking through titles and I'm seeing new things, I'm like, this is so much worth it. And I don't go there for the next maybe 5 months or 6 months. Hello, Chani. Hi, hi. We're talking about books. This is the book I'm reading currently. The River Between. I want more book enthusiasts like tell me the book you are reading currently. Tell me about the book. Maybe if I go out, I can see that book to buy. But something about me, I'm also very, very particular about the books I read. So even when people recommend me books, I rarely try to get them because I'm like, okay, that's your taste in books. Yeah, I might not like it. I might like it though. If you borrow me the book and I read it, I might like it. But if it's what do you call it? Oh, that's still reading now. Although it's like gone to your head. But like yeah, it's still part of it, Sha. I wish you success in your exams. Okay, so yeah, are you in school or you at an academy? What are you doing currently? And what field of study are you engaged in? Ooh. For how long now? Like, what level are you in school? And also, if you're preparing for exams, like, guys, look, I have so many questions. I feel like architecture is such a fascinating field of study. Like, I think it's one of the most enigmatic fields of study. Like, you don't really know what's going on, yeah? From the outside. I mean, like, you don't know what's going on, but you're seeing it. It's so practical what architects do. Workload is intense. I'll try to get some books to read this holiday. When is your holiday? When is your holiday? Like the workload, of course, the workload is intense. Like I can only imagine. I can't like. It's just so 200 level. Wow. Congratulations, you're 2 years in. Oh my god. Does it run for 5 years or 4 years? Architecture. Congratulations, man. Like you are doing awesome. I swear. Right, right. Like you can't do architecture if you're not ready to have fun with it. Like you just have to have fun with it. You don't get choice. Like the course is so August ending. That's when your holiday starts. Wow. That's cool. That's very, very cool, I swear. 4 years. So you're halfway done. Wow. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. It's one of those courses that I feel like if I had the guts, I would have chased after it, yeah. But I was such a coward, growing up. Like, I was so filled with fear. So many things I wanted to do, but like, I could not take a step to do it. You have to have fun with it, though. Eh? If not, your head will just explode. One time I went to visit somebody, like in my school when I was still in school. We had something to do in their department, so we went upstairs to their room, and all of them they had like mats, mattresses. They had like little cubicles of where they kept their toothbrushes, change of clothes, those kind of things. Like they just slept in the studio. They never really left their studio. So like it was so fascinating and they're so lively. I liked them. Like they had this perspective of the world. Like, hey, we are doomed. You get because of the workload. Yeah, but they were just like, hey, who cares? We'll still keep on doing what we're doing. Like you get like I don't know. It's just so interesting. I guess like study architecture in my mind. I feel like, you know, I feel like if I wanted to, like, I don't know, that's just how, I don't know, that's just my upbringing. I was brought up with a lot of fear. Like, I was scared of everything. Everything was fearful to me. Like everything made me afraid. And I think it was because I was taught to not trust myself. I was taught to, like, be afraid of myself and my decision and my thoughts and my feelings, you know. And then so every time I had this desire to do something with myself or my life, it was like, shut up, you don't know what you're talking about. So I like really, really did not. It's even now that I'm so in the later decades of my life here that it feels like I'm a child again, where I can like start liking different things. Yeah, even reading too. Like, I think my first interaction with life on earth was with a book. Like I was so book filled. Like my nose was always in a book. I took candles to bed. I took lanterns to bed. I filled up the lantern, watched the globe all the time, so that I would have lights to read. When my parents were like, "Go and sleep, go and sleep," I was like, "Okay, okay." And I'll close my door and I'll be reading the books here, and all of that. And I always went late to school, but like I didn't care. I had to read my books here. Yeah, thank you for that compliment. I see it now. If I'd seen it years ago, probably would have, been more, I don't know, jumping from one place to the other. But like, because I was so scared, I was so scared. I stayed in one place. So now I'm trying to be. trying to reclaim my ideas, trying to reclaim my mind. Even reading that was my best friend, I abandoned reading at some point because I felt so betrayed by reading for some reason. And I think I forgave myself in 2023 again when I feel like buying books. And so I went to buy books. And I didn't enjoy reading it. I was like, I just bought books. All these books, I don't really like them. You get. And then I think it was in 2024 ending, 2025. I was like, hey, the books are fun. And all of that. Books are fun. So, when you get your books, when you buy books, you can always come back to the channel and tell me you cry. Oh God. Don't be sad. I guess don't be sad. Sometimes some people. I feel like as a baby, you don't really choose. Your. I don't want to say you don't choose your reality because at the end of the day, I don't want to remove agency for myself. Do you get? So I I will say that I guess I wanted to express adventure, the adventure of losing myself and finding myself again. Like trying to see if, hey, what if I threw myself away? Will I be able to find myself? And it's like, yes, every time I always find myself. That kind of thing. Like I feel like the experience of my childhood, teenagehood, early 20s, and all of that would like they've given me this knowing, yeah, of myself, which I would have known if I was given the opportunity, but still, anyways, I was given this opportunity to be like, no, I'm not afraid of losing myself in anything in that sense. Like, I really don't, I'm really not afraid to try things now because I'm like, even if I, no matter what I try, you get, at the end of the day, I'm never going to lose myself, you get, because if you see the things that I went through just to, just for me to be like accepted as a human, no, just accepted, yeah, like, and then for me to now still be in this frame of mind in this present day, it was a lot. Exactly, like it's not even a matter of freedom. Yeah, I think it's more of like some people when they have children. Yeah, they have children to just play with toys. To get, they want toys. They don't want real human beings, and that's why I'm very pro choice. You get like having a child is a very serious decision, okay, on the bearers and the bearers father's part. Like the two of them have to know what they are getting into, and a lot of people don't know what they are getting into. You understand? A lot of people don't know what they're getting into. They just have children because it's like when you get to this age, you should be married and have a child. Why? Do you understand? Like why? And you know, like it just felt like these people didn't know what they were doing. Do you get? They didn't know what they were doing, and they ended up doing a lot of rubbish. Do you get? But at the end of the day, it's like regardless of the type of parents you're born, unfortunately, some children lose their lives. Yeah, but like regardless of the type of parents you're born with or the type of family you're born into, I feel like your the force that brought you to life, you get, that force has never left you. Okay, that strength will never leave you either. And the voice that has been your compass to this exact parent or family never goes away. Okay, even if they do all of the what they can to like suppress you or to deny you of your humanity, you get, that voice is still there. You can't kill a person's voice, you can't kill a person's spirit, to be honest. So like that spirit is still going to come up. Okay, it's going to come up. And I feel like even the people that kind of go along with the suppression and repression and all of that, they they never stop hearing those voices either. They just learn how to live with it. Do you get? I'm from Anambra State. I'm from Anambra State. Why are you asking? I should have said that before telling you. Why are you asking? What state are you from yourself? Because your name is Okechukwu. That's an Igbo name, yeah? I'm from Anambra. Oh. This filter is so nice. It's giving me a dimple. Is this a dimple? Like my sibling has this big ass. Two of my siblings, they have this thing like so deep. Like even when they are speaking here, the dimples show up here, and I was so jealous. I wanted dimples so bad. I wanted dimples so bad. But like I think later on, like in life, I think when I was like maybe how old, I started to see this thing here. Like Ebonyi State, nice, nice, nice. I always wanted to meet someone from Ebonyi. See, it's not here. Oh, see, it's not here, but it's here. What is this? So I don't consider this a dimple, but sometimes it's like I'm surprised and I see them like, what are you doing there? Like, why are you there? But my siblings got so jealous of their dimples here. But in states, that's interesting. So many places I've visited in Nigeria, but I've not really visited East. To be honest, like I've not really visited East. I would like to explore the East, but I don't know. I felt like exploring the East would be boring. You get? I don't know why, but I've explored some of the northern part of Nigeria, and I like it. Exactly, semi deep food. Like I don't know that people have semi dimples. Also, my face is so round. It's so round. Like, what are you doing here? Come here where it matters. Why are you here? Come here where it matters. Don't stay here. Here is so see like people just see like the line will just like the line from your cheeks like from smiling. They just exist. You get they're already there. Why are you now dragging space with them? Come to this place. Come here. God. So like yeah. So but I have a cousin here that lives in the east, and I feel like I might end up visiting him one time like that. Yeah. My very baby cousin, oh, but he's a big boy now, so I might visit him one of these days. I don't know. I don't promise anything. That's what I keep hearing. No, that's what I keep hearing. I'm like a lot of people say, this is interesting. You know, even when I was growing up, I heard it a lot that there was so much fun to be had. My cousins too from there. They're like, why won't you visit? Like, this place is so nice. And I'm like, no thanks. I don't know why. I feel like I already knew what there was because I'm from there. So I was like, let me go to somewhere that I don't have family in. And I went to the north, and it was adventurous, is what I'll say. It wasn't really fun like that. It was only fun in one place, but like at the end of the day, um, if you're a lady, you're going to really suffer a lot in new cultures in Nigeria. Like as a lady, you're going to suffer a lot. So like that's one of the things. Like I don't want to go to somewhere where the woman-based suffering is like extreme, even to strangers. Yeah. Vibe, yeah. What about the weather? Do you guys like experience extreme cold or extreme heat, like in the north side? I like places with extreme temperatures. To be honest, I might complain a lot or I might fuss a lot, but I really like when I go to visit somewhere and it's like rainy season. I don't like the rain too much like that. But like when I go to visit somewhere and it's like pretty cold. Oh, ABJ, serious? Wow. I have a lot of thoughts about ABJ. My bestie is from ABJ. She lives in Abuja. Yeah. She grew up in Wawalada. Don't say your location, I beg. Don't say your location. It's not okay to say your locations online, yeah. Just Abuja is okay. But like I want to explore Abuja as well. The only thing about Abuja is like I really don't know what to expect. Like it's a mix, yeah. It's a mix, okay, it's a mix. Um like The thing about ABJ is like, I don't know, there's a lot of, you know, how to say it, you know, this kind of vibe of, oh, this is a big city vibe that like Abuja people used to give Abuja. But like that vibey energy is like when you go there now, you might not experience the vibey energy. Do you get? Eh now it's PR. Like you might not experience the vibey energy and you just experience another northern state in Nigeria. Do you get that kind of feeling? Like I stayed in Abuja for like a week and another week again like that. Like I stayed in Abuja twice, different times. I was doing something. I was whenever I was in Abuja, I was always in transit. I was never like settling there. Yeah, I was always in transit through Abuja. So I don't think I really got a good feel. But what I would say that I think like I would want to stay in Abuja for is the nature. Like I woke up every morning just kissing, blowing kisses to the mountains. Like that big mountain there. Is it a mountain or a hill? That big hill that is everywhere. God. Oof. I love it. I woke up every day. I took walks. I sat down under trees. And I was just like, and I didn't go to that their famous Jabi Park. It was just like the area, like the neighborhood where I was in, there was a place where like there was a lot of fields and trees. We don't have those kind of things in Lagos anymore. Like you go there, you get all those kind of stuff, yeah. There you sit down and people more or less leave you alone. You get and you just enjoy. Yeah, yeah. Different tribes in one place. Yes. Oh my God. God, we learned this thing in primary school. Is it about 15 naira, 100 naira? Where? Let me check. 15 naira. That's that rock. Zuma rock. Oh my God. Oh my God. Thank you for reminding me. I love looking at that rock. Jesus Christ. I think of that rock and like, oh my God. I see things like it just fills me with peace. Do you know that kind of feeling? I don't know that I enjoyed in the north. The thing I enjoyed in the north was trees. Jesus Christ. Like you can see that now that this there, you know, these masquerade trees here everywhere. So what I'll do, I'll come out in the daytime. I'll sit down there for almost 6 hours. I didn't have a job, yeah, no job. So I was jobless. So I'll just go sit down under the trees and I'll just watch the trees, like the breeze, like blowing it from left to right. It's like they, it's dancing. You get, and it's as if sometimes it's like it's speaking to me as well. You get, it's so beautiful. Jesus Christ. I like to see there's a whole playlist on my channel where you see me make videos about like taking walks. If you go there, you just see my experiences in the north, bro. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like, see, I don't think like I think that is one of the most beautiful things I ever experienced in my life. Yes, masquerade trees, those trees. Oh God. I hated when the sun went down because then you have to go home. You can't be outside there. But like, oh, that was what I enjoyed in the north. Then when I was in Abuja, Abuja is also northeast now, Abi, but it's not really north because everybody's there. But like when I was in Abuja, yeah, I didn't enjoy trees as much as I enjoyed that rock. Oh my God. I just sit there and be looking at it like this. And it's just as if like I felt sheltered. Yeah, I felt like the rock was holding me in that sense. Like the rock was my friend. Already the trees were my friends, yeah, and I missed them so much. But I took some pieces, you get that I carry in my purse everywhere with me. Like I cut out bits. No, I did not cut it out. I picked up falling like branches, falling pieces of wood from the trees, and I carry them everywhere with me. Yeah. But like that rock, oh my God. Even when I was in Jos as well, they have one big. Jos is just a rocky land. Yeah. Jos is just rocks everywhere. To get so like I enjoyed the rocks. I enjoyed looking at the rock. There was one resort they had that you can just go, just pay. You don't even pay safe. You just buy things when you're hungry. There. But like I, you sit down on top rocks, you see rocks everywhere. So then I went to Abuja many years after. I was like, oh my God, my friend, you get that kind of thing. Like it was so cool. Oh, Jesus, don't make me think about it, God. if I think about it, what am I going to do for the rest of the day? Jesus Christ. Oh God. Oh my God, Nigeria, please be good. So that I can just wake up one morning, just go on a road trip, you know, and sit down and just look at the rock and come back home. Like, but like ticket ticket fare. So Abuja is the same. You want to take a bus, you don't know, safety precautions, all of that. So like, but anyways, I hope you're enjoying the view of the rock every day. Yeah, me too. I want to even go down. But thank you for chatting with me. Thank you so much for spending time with me. Like it's been a while since I met somebody that was actually cool, down to earth, to like chat with me, even if I was not that interesting. And like I liked speaking about Ngugi, the author of this book. I like speaking about With Not. Check out my other videos on my channel. There's this that playlist. I want you to watch that Cardinal playlist. Like when I was with Not, like I worked a lot, yeah. So you should check that playlist on my channel. You see all the working epiphanies I had, everything. Like it was fun. But like I don't know. I'm just so happy. Like when you end the live now, when you look at that rock, say hello for me. Say King is saying hi. Like he misses them, and I'll probably see them soon. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, so I think I have to go now as well. I'm hungry. I want to go eat food. So yeah, and I will continue reading my book in the next live. So look forward to that. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye. Bye bye. Subscribe as well. Subscribe. Subscribe. Bye bye. Thank you so much for the compliments. Thank you for the compliment. Thank you. Thank you. Um. Okay. I will see you in another life. Tomorrow I'll be here by 10. I want to make it a habit. I want to make it a routine now. Like showing up live streams for 1 hour, 10 o'clock every morning. I hope I can keep it. I hope my data also is very much available. Yeah. Hope you have a wonderful day. Study well for your exam. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. I was waiting to hear that. Yes, please wave at it for me. Okay. Okay, bye bye. I hope you succeed at your exams. I hope your study is going well, and I hope you have fun like reading new books as well. Okay. If you never come here again, but like have fun, okay? Bye. Bye.